Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to my reaction video of the final. This in advanced, a so-called blockbuster final between two of the best players in the world. Both have had a great winning streak entering this final. One of these guys' winning streak got broken, and that was Daniil Medvedev's winning streak. What can I say about Novak Djokovic's performance? Hold your horses. Just go back and think about what Novak did on the court. I've never seen Novak so rock solid and impressive and focused on court. This must be a top 5 win in his career. Receive that he is the best all-round players. He has advanced now a step further in the Grand Slam tally. He collected his 18th Grand Slam in his 28th final. And totally his 9th victory here at Melbourne. Like we all know, the big three have their own favorite tournament, their so-called home tournament, where they are the best. Roger has Wimbledon, Rafa French Open, Novak has Australian Open, and the funny thing is that Novak Djokovic can still win and collect trophies here. He's complete, he has the motivation, and it seems like he can't lose here. In the beginning of the Mars, I'm sorry, he will overtake Roger Federer's most weeks at #1 also. And Novak, you know, in this stage of his career, he's out there to break all the records. He's want to close in on Rafa and Roger and take all the records that is out there. And he's on his good way, because Novak, he's a master in action. What did you see Novak perform? It was a brutal performance of consistency tennis. And Novak gets motivated by these upcoming youngsters. It's not like he dig his head down and said, oh my god, my time has come to an end. No, he gets more angry, he gets more furious, he gets more motivated, because he's a complete player. He's perfection. He got something that Medvedev didn't have today, and that was variety in his shots. Novak isn't one-dimensional. He has all the tools. And he likes challenges, and of course, like I said, it's room for more Grand Slams for him to win. And Medvedev has a lot to think of. He has to mix up his game a little bit. It maybe works on players that does a lot of unforeseeables, like Tsitsipas, like Thiem, like Zverev, in some extent Rafael Nadal on these fast courts. So Novak, what did he do on this match? He trade duels, both of them trade duels. On advanced, maybe I thought that, like I told me in a preview yesterday, either Novak will win in 3 straight sets, or this will be a tough 5-set battle. And I was right. And Novak and Medvedev trade duels, long rallies, and I thought maybe it will be an AO2012 or a solid performance from both wings from these guys. But Novak was a much stronger dude. He wanted to win this tournament more than him. And all Medvedev did in this match, he counterpunched from the back of the baseline. He was too defensive. He was too sloppy from his forehand. His point-making decision and constructing point when he tried to be more aggressive wasn't as good as it should have been to disturb or threaten Novak Djokovic in this match. Because he had the break point opportunities. He had the break in the second set. He broke back in the first set. He had a couple of break points. I don't know how many he had, but totally in the match, I think he had 4 break points, but only converted 2 of 4. And Novak converted 7 out of 11. And he tried to take the pace from Novak's shots, but in some of the rallies it succeeded, but in the long end it didn't benefit him. And before the match, I pointed out a couple of keys in this match, important key moments in this match that we're going to decide who's going to win the match. It was the returns, it was the serve and the clutchness of these players. And in this match we saw, I'm sorry, I counted 4 points that really separated these two gentlemen from winning and losing, and it was obvious. If you saw this match, have you ever seen Novak return this deep, this good, this great? It was returns out of this world. It was unhuman sometimes, the depth that he put in and the pressure he put in when, especially on Medvedev's second serve. So my 4 keys for this, to sum up and wrap this match up, I have 4 keys. The first one is the returns, of course. Novak put some tremendous pressure on Medvedev's second serve and just took the teeth into his serve like I predicted, and Novak returned so accurate, so great in this match that I just nod my head and said, fantastic. This man is legit. Like I've said many times, he's the best returner. And the second thing in this match was the serve, Novak's serve. He kept Medvedev out of reach. He didn't pump in so much aces that he has done in the tournament, previous in the tournament, but the serve spotting, like I told you yesterday in my preview, the spot serving to handle and keep up the serve for the right moment to set up the Novak serves, like I told you, it's not like he bombs in serve, but when he creates those angles and spots, he makes it easy for his 1 to 3 second shot after the serve, and that's great because he will dictate the point then and put some and make Medvedev run. He will get Medvedev into he will keep Medvedev busy, and that's why he does with his serve. He keeps Medvedev he keeps Medvedev busy, and he did that in his match in an extremely good way. So I have nothing more to say about his serve. It's like I told you yesterday, his serve was superbly solid. He just took out that serve when it's more necessary. He started out the match with an ace to show Medvedev, my serve is not clicking today. And of course, the third point here is Novak did less unforced errors than Medvedev. Medvedev's forehand and tactical approach in this match wasn't that great. He got too nervous, in my opinion, and Novak did 20 winners and only 17 unforced errors, and Medvedev did 24 winners and 30 unforced errors. And that's a key moment also. Novak did more unforced errors when they traded those long duels. He really came up with the pace, the length in this shot when he's in the zone, when he plays in the zone, and that was one of the key moments. The third key moment, and the fourth was the Novak Djokovic experience. Because before this match, who had the most to lose? Maybe you think, it's Novak Djokovic. He has 17 Grand Slams. He wants to collect another one. He will feel the pressure. And Medvedev, he's in his second Grand Slam final. He will advance to more Grand Slam finals in the future of his career. And it doesn't matter as much as if he loses this match. No, it's not that. Medvedev was the guy that had a little bit more pressure on him because Novak is experienced. You saw that on court. He was calm. He believed in himself. He didn't hesitate or made bad decisions. He let the ball get into the play like he always does and keep the length and pace on the shots. And most of the times he succeeded in the long rallies. I think he won 70% of the long rallies, and that's what I call experience. Medvedev thought that he was under pressure. He had to come up with something extra when Novak played like this, and that caused a lot of unnecessary unforced errors that we don't see him do normally. But Novak puts so much great depth in his ground strokes from both wings that it's hard for Medvedev just to penetrate winners. And Novak's game style, he really made the Russian bear move from court to court, from right to left, and that's a big advantage for him. So Novak knew immediately when the match started that he felt he felt when sometimes you can feel that this is gonna go my way. Maybe he didn't expect to win that easy, but Novak did his job, and Medvedev could have done his job a little bit better. But like I told you, Novak was just better in every department of this match. So many players through the history we have seen, when they play against the big three, they always do one of the best sets in their career when they play the first set against these giants, especially in finals. We have seen Dominic Thiem 2 times do that against Rafael Nadal at the French Open, play superbly good tennis in 1.5 set. Medvedev played great in the first set, but Novak took the advantage of his sloppy mistakes in the 11th game, in the 12th game there. And Roger, we have seen him plenty of times when he faces other low-ranked or top 10 players. They keep up with the pace in the first sets, but after that, these big giants, they just deliver. They come up with the goods. They make them work for extra, for that ball, for that break point, for that. Just they let you know that if you want to win, if you want to take me out, you really have to play tennis on the highest level that is possible. And that is what Novak did, but Medvedev didn't do. So the winning streak continues. Novak, 9-time champion here. Will he ever lose here? I don't know. Maybe he will take a 4th consecutive victory here next year. He will be a bankable player here if he plays like this, if he doesn't get any injuries. People always forget that to beat the big three in Grand Slam and or contra Masters or ATP 500s or even 250s, but this guy doesn't play 250 tournaments. You really have to be superbly good, because look at Rafa when he lost against Tsitsipas. After being 2 sets up, it was the 3rd time in his career that he has lost when he was up 2 sets in his whole career. It's marvelous record. I can't believe that he's so great when it comes to being consistent. So these guys, both of these guys played the best tennis in the world in this tournament, but we saw Novak return. He won 44% of Medvedev's serves, 44% in total, and Medvedev only won 32%. That was the biggest key factor in this match. That's why Novak Djokovic won. He played better, and there was really no doubt about it. He has been tested by the new generation many times, and that just motivates Novak even more, because in the zone before the match, when he got the question, what do you think about this next generation, they are coming for you, he really got this angry look at his if they want to win, they have to play better than me, they have to step up even more. And Novak wins points in so many ways, and that's why he's so good. That's why he's so complete. That's why he's all round. He doesn't have to depend on a special things to work. Maybe if his backhand click, he can still come up with other solutions. If his serve doesn't work, he can come up with other solutions. Novak is the most complete player of all time. I'm not his biggest fans, but I respect his art of work. I respect his what do we call it? His professionalism. Novak, Rafa, or Federer, it doesn't matter who you root for. These 3 guys are something special. And when I do my videos, I try to not be a bias. I'm never biased, because first of all, none of these 3 guys are my all-time favorite, like I told you many times before. It's Andre Agassi. But when Roger does a terrible performance, I will tell you in my videos. If Novak does that, I will tell you also. If Nadal does that, I will tell you. But if they perform masterclass performance like Novak, Lokomotivovic that did in this final, in this tournament, I will praise him. Hats off for Novak Djokovic. Like I told in my preview, he's the best player on paper. If you look at the players, if you consider the court speed, if you consider this Grand Slam event, Novak is the best player here. There is really no doubt. There is no surprise why he has never lost here. 9 finals, 9 victories. And that's pretty impressive because this is a hyper-fast, speedy court. And that makes this even more remarkable. Nadal have his 14 in French Open, I think. I think it's 14, maybe it's 13, I forgot. And Roger has his 8 titles at Wimbledon. It's not easy to go and win 8 Wimbledons. It's not easy to go win 9 Australian Opens. It's not easy to win 14 French Open. That makes these achievements, all of these achievements, so amazing. These guys brings out the best of each other. They set the standard for highest level of tennis so high that the guys that are coming into the tour, I really feel sorry for the guys that is gonna be a professional player nowadays or before, because when they go in, they know that to win a Grand Slam it's almost impossible. We have seen Del Potro, we have seen Cilic, we have seen Murray, we have seen Wawrinka, we have seen those guys break the wall a little bit. But they are still here, guys. None of them have retired yet. They are still competing for slams. They are still competing for the greatest trophies. Novak will not surrender. Novak will not go away until he knows that he has done everything he can, until he has broken those records. Same thing for Rafa. Roger is a little bit, I don't count him out yet. He still has Wimbledon. If he can come back into normal shape, he still can compete for the Wimbledon title. So all of these guys are still the Grand Slam contenders, and the younger generation with Medvedev, Zverev, Tsitsipas, team, they really have to think. I know it's easy to know what you have to do, but it's difficult to perform and do that because it's so much. It's not just holding the racket and depend on your talent and hard work. It's mental, structure your points. Many people forget. Put the racket in Nick Kyrgios' hand, he can play circus tennis and tennis out of this world for 1 or 2 sets. But after that, what can he do? We have other bunch of talents like Monfils. We have seen Dimitrov. At least he has done okay results in his career. Has won the ATP finals. He in this generation he should have maybe done a little bit better in Grand Slam or Masters tournaments. And then we have Cilic, who have won a Grand Slam and lost 2 Grand Slam finals. Okay achievement, but he's done. We had Berdych, we had Tsonga, we had Kay, we had Raonic, who was in a final. We had Kevin Anderson, who played in 2 Grand Slam finals. We had Del Potro, who played 2 Grand Slam finals. These guys have really tried, but these big 3 are too great. And Novak right now is the best guy on tour, and he will still continue. This tournament has been a great performance by many players. We have seen Medvedev step into his 2nd Grand Slam final, 2nd loss. Is this the same pattern as Dominic Thiem? Maybe the next break will be an advantage for him. We don't know yet. At least he won't be in the contender at the French Open, that for sure, and not in Wimbledon. So his best hope of collecting a Grand Slam will come at US Open. Yeah, we have Dominic Thiem, who gives and takes. You can't really rely on him to 100%. I don't know if he's injured. We have seen Zverev. He goes deep, but when it comes to the finish line, he just falls. We have Tsitsipas who's improving a lot. He still has some things to work on. He can still be better. Tennis, I will say it's not in terrible shape, but it's in good shape. We have great talents that are knocking on the door, but it still takes something extra. We have to have a guy that comes out and just do what is necessary to beat this big three, and it's easier said than done. I don't know what more to say, but Novak Djokovic, control, balance, court coverage, speed, perfection. That's Novak Djokovic right now. I've j- I have appreciate how he plays. It's if you look at him play, he barely everything is so calculated. He's so smooth on court, Novak Djokovic. So big congratulations to Novak Djokovic, the Serbian mean machine, the lokomotivovic. A really super deserved victory for him. Congratulations to him, Serbia, to his 18 Grand Slam title, the most number one weeks at the tennis ranking. And I wish really this guy that he stays healthy, because he really play tennis that is on another level. I lift my hat off for Novak. I lift my hat off for Medvedev and all the other consistent guys on tour. I will not lift my hat off, for example, for players like Paer, Monfils, Kyrgios, etc. I'm lifting my hat off for the super professional players that are delivering and they don't waste their talents. Thank you for watching my videos during this AO week. 2 weeks in AO, Novak was the best guy in 2 weeks. He was the most clutch player, the most clutch server, made most winners in the tournament, and showed everybody really that AO Australian Open is his living room, and he still holds the keys in his hand. Thank you for watching this video. Take care and bye bye. Adios.